Hello everyone, my name is Zhibor and I am a Dicast player. This is my ID and profile. Today I will talk about hero Locoi. First I will introduce his three skills in here. The first skill says summons up to 2 or 3 or 4 skeleton. When opponent steps on the skeleton, all dice he will be cursed, and if all dice is rolled, 5 damage will be given and become unable to move. If you yourself land on the skeleton, you will get plus 1 AP and plus 3 HP. So the first skill is basically summon skeleton when you rolled an odd dice, and its main use is to combine with his third skill, because his third skill needs skeleton to deal damage additionally. So the first skill is mainly a support skill, not the main skill he has. So you don't need to upgrade this more often. If you want to do damage, you upgrade third skill first. Okay, let me see the second skill. Feel welcome. This is Locoi's main control skill. He will control 3 or 4 or 6 blocks behind Locoi if at opponent's start turn. And when Locoi steps on the blocks ahead of opponent, he will use this skill only. So Locoi's control is based on the position that he is ahead of opponent, and the opponent will feel fear, and they cannot use any skills when they are in fear. And if all dice is rolled, they will receive damage. This damage is much higher than the first skill, and become unable to move. So this skill is a very good control skill. But remember to control the distance between you and your opponent first. If you are even blocks ahead of opponent, you may be present if they rolled an even dice. So just control your distance between opponents. So this is his second skill. His third skill is a damage skill. When he is attacking, all the skeletons will attack together with percentage of his AP and dealing some poison damage over time. So if you want to deal a lot of damage to the opponent, you will upgrade this skill first. But remember, this skill only active if you have skeletons on board. And this is very good because if you have a lot of skeletons, you will do much more damage with your attacking. When encounter some high health opponents, this skill is very good because it can deal too much damage to them. I usually deal 80 plus damage with this skill. Only 4 skeletons can do that. But this skill needs attacking. So if you cannot attack, you can't activate this skill. Actually, so it is hard to active. And its first level of this skill and second level is not too much damage for it. So compared to third skill, second skill sometimes is the most efficient way to deal damage. His equipment and his third skill. So the equipment, but this 3 equipment is all good, so you can upgrade 3 of them. It is fine. It is fine. This Locoi needs all 3 of them. Okay. About base. Locoi is good with ice base, attack base, and also blessing base. This 3 base is the best with Locoi. You can also use the fire base, but I don't use it. Okay. The ice base is perfect with return and Locoi's second skill. It will be very hard for opponent to skip the ice if they don't have any cards to skip. So the deck of Locoi. This is my current deck. Return, high attack buff, 6, shuffle, and training. Locoi is the hero that needs to go ahead of opponent several blocks. So Dices is good for him, and also, but when you move, the opponents will move as well. They will know where you are going to move, and they will try to skip your control. So return is the best card to do this, because return can easily get where you want and control them behind your base. These cards just get a lot of attack and deal much damage when you control, and also you add 3 when you're attacking. They are all good. And 6, because 6 have a portal in it. If they roll a 3 or 5 or 6 when starting, and you can roll a 6 and go to the portal to control them, or just go them into a prison. Okay. This is basic introduction. So other more inside introductions. Locoi's second skill is 3 blocks in the level 1, but 4 blocks at level 2. That means there is not very big difference between level 1 and level 2. So if you are not sure, you can upgrade another time. You may upgrade other skills other than this one first, because if you upgrade only once, it will not make any difference at all, mostly. And also, you can't bet opponent to. When opponent is at 4 block, you may not bet them to don't have the 2, because they may have the 2 if you roll a 6 and 2 blocks ahead of them. They might roll a 2 and get you into prison. That is not what you want. So you may try to avoid that, it is better to avoid it. Locoi against other heroes. There are 3 heroes that are very good against Locoi, which is Breeze, Scarlet, and Sneed. These 3 are very hard to control, especially Breeze. Breeze is too hard to control by Locoi. Scarlet can deal a lot of damage when she is next to you, so it is very hard to control him fully. Sneed can make ice block, and if you are 1 block ahead of her and he roll shield 6, he will get out of your control. These 3 heroes are not easy to control, so if you are encountered their 3, you'd better upgrade skill 3 first to deal more damage and kill them quickly. When you encounter Dexter, you'd better control them because if they are in control, they cannot deal damage with his special card skill. So better to control them in order to reduce damage to you. When encounter Tracy, you need to control her as well. You need to upgrade your S2 to 4, skill 2 to 4, and then because she is the easiest hero to control, she will give you drag, and if you use drag, you can still controlling her in the same block. So you can easily win her by controlling her. Greyhound, my personal advice is to control him, and it will be good if he gets controlled. He will lose his Divine Shield if he gets any damage from your control or your skeleton summon. Caroline, keep some distance with her. Don't let them fire a lot of damage to you. The others are okay, you just control them because they don't have any controls to you. Okay. Let me see others. Some other cards that are good with Locoi is negative dice. Draw card. Lock even. Lock even can easily lock the opponent under curse and they become unable to move in 1 turn. But it is a combo card, so it will lose a card. It will let you lose a hand card in your hand, so it may not be very good when you have less cards. Others are fixed dice are good for him as well. They are all okay. Especially 6, he can get to the portal. Dice Chaos, it is okay, but sometimes it is not very good. Sometimes it is not very useful because they don't have enough dice. It is not. Anyways, but this special cards that don't let your hero to move is good with Locoi as well because sometimes you don't need to move, you need to control the opponent. So this one. Oh, Swap. Swap is good with Locoi, especially you use the Coffin base. It is good with Coffin based Locoi. Relocation is bad against Locoi. Uh, bad, bad because he will shuffle all the skeletons away. Okay, this is his card base. Axer. Axer's block can block 5 damage, so sometimes he can block all your controlling damage. That is not very good. And his first skill can get a lot of attack. Locally don't have enough defense, so he is keep an eye on Axer. He is harmful for Locally somehow. Okay, I think the introduction is done. Thank you for listening. Bye.